Our next speaker, Katrina, has appeared numerous times on local news and talk radio. She's a frequent guest contributor.
Just want to let everyone know that Katrina is going to be introducing Senator Ted Cruz, who is on his way.
Katrina has appeared numerous times on local news and talk radio. She's a frequent guest contributor on the Fox News Channel, Fox Business Channel, MSNBC, CNN, BET, The Blaze TV, and international news outlets. Serving on the Texas Tea Party Caucus Advisory Board, Ms. Pierson is dedicated to empowering the individual. You can hear Katrina every Thursday on America's Web Radio with the Texas Tea Party Hour. Please put your hands together for Katrina Pierson.
Who's ready to hear Ted Cruz? Wow, what a beautiful moment we have here today. I am so inspired and enlightened by sitting down and laughing with liberals and Democrats and Republicans and conservatives, white, black, and brown together. You know, I'm here today as someone who is so thankful that I have had the God-given opportunity to live the American dream. But you know, it wasn't that long ago that I myself was a teenage mom, no education, with few prospects, if any at all. But coming from an abusive home, living in poverty, I had even written myself off as just a simple statistic. But I happened to be in the country of opportunity. I have exercised my free will and made choices that took me in a different path than the rest of those I grew up around. I chose to go to college, I chose to work, and I chose life at a young age. My 16-year-old is here today. I dreamed of having my own house with a swimming pool in the backyard and eventually becoming my own boss. But where I came from, that wasn't just a dream, that was a fantasy. But this is America, where you make your dreams your reality. And that was my American dream, and I bet you all have dreams. Your children have dreams, and dreams feed off hope, because hope is the only thing many Americans have today to get them through, just as it was for me. If any bill comes out of this Congress proposing citizenship to illegals, all hope is lost for our children. So we are here today to remain silent no more. And as thankful as I am to have had those opportunities, I am humbled and yet sobered by the knowledge that for so many other black single mothers and so many other black children whose American dreams are even further out of reach than mine once were. In a tanking economy and a failed public education system, black children are born on their knees. 1 in 7 black Americans who are ready and willing to work cannot find a job. And many who are working part-time. That is unacceptable. It is beyond dispute, ladies and gentlemen, that we have millions upon millions of Americans ready and willing to work, but can't find a job. You would think those elected officials would be working around the clock to find struggling native-born American citizens jobs to help them climb out of poverty. One would think that a group called the Congressional Black Caucus would be working around the clock to find millions of jobs for black Americans. But they're not. Instead, our elected officials are working around the clock to add millions upon millions of illegal people in this country to take our jobs that will simply throw our economy into more economic chaos and drive down wages for everyone. But I want to remind this Congress that this government has unfinished business in the black community. Time and time again, this government has put on flowery, inspiring words on paper, doled out table scraps and subsidies, and then promptly turned its back on Black America. We still have Jim Crow laws on the books. After hundreds of years in slavery, African Americans weren't given citizenship. Congress didn't casually pass a law. You see, there's this thing called the United States Constitution. And as far as I'm concerned, that is still the supreme law of the land. This country has a built-in mechanism that changes how this government governs its people. And when the 13th, 14th, and 15th Amendments were passed giving Black people citizenship, it was the right way to do it. Now our children have been reduced to a revenue stream. We will not stand for this. I'm here to tell you that this is a new day. This is a new time. And my message to the men and women of this Congress is, in no uncertain terms, you will not turn your back on us again. You will not turn your back on our children. The liberals and squishy Republicans with the cheap labor lobby, they love to ask this question. What about the children? Well, I have a question for them. Let's see if my high school Spanish pays off. Tengo pregunta por Marco Rubio. ¿Qué pasa con mi hijo? What about my son? What about our children? What about his dreams and his opportunities? We are just at the beginning. For many of you, it seems like the end is near. Spied on, murdered without investigation. IRS, Benghazi, DOJ, NSA, reading your emails, looking at your pictures, watching your videos, cataloging you as if you were the criminal. But I'm here to tell you that it is not over, because we have only begun. They look out here, and we've managed to find bipartisanship on our own. And we're going to do it the way our founders wanted us to do it. It is time for the American people to come together, to stand up, to speak out, and more importantly, get engaged, because everyone who is supporting amnesty needs to lose their office in 2014. Can we fix this government? Yes, we can. Can we fix our government? We the people can do it. Who's going to do it? We the people. That's right.